Have you ever felt alone in a crowd, isolated even amidst the hustle and bustle of life? It's a unique paradox, isn't it? We're surrounded by people, yet we feel so alone. It's a feeling that's difficult to articulate, and even more challenging to understand. But it's a reality for many, a silent struggle that often goes unnoticed. Now, does this resonate with you? If yes, then you're not alone in feeling this way. Let's delve into this feeling a bit deeper. Imagine a man named John, who lives in a bustling city surrounded by people, yet he feels utterly alone. John is your everyday man, living in a city that never sleeps, where the streets are always teeming with people, and yet he is engulfed by a profound sense of isolation. He wakes up each morning to the orchestra of city life, the honking of cars, the murmur of passers-by, the laughter and chatter of his neighbors. Yet, he feels as though he is on a deserted island, with no one to share his thoughts, his fears, his dreams. This is the paradox of loneliness. It doesn't necessarily stem from being alone physically. It is rooted in feeling emotionally disconnected, feeling as though you are floating adrift in a vast ocean, even when you're standing in a crowd. It's the feeling that no one truly understands you, that you are fundamentally separate from everyone around you. John's days are filled with interactions. He talks to his colleagues at work, he chats with the barista at the coffee shop, he exchanges pleasantries with his neighbors. But these interactions feel shallow, superficial. He yearns for a deeper connection, a sense of belonging, a feeling of being understood and valued for who he truly is. John finds himself retreating further into his shell, a prisoner of his own solitude. He finds it hard to reach out, to express his feelings, fearing that no one would understand, or worse, that they would judge him. He longs for a connection that he feels is just out of reach, a connection that feels genuine and meaningful. The irony of John's situation is that he is not alone in his loneliness. Many of us, at various points in our lives, have felt the same way. We've felt disconnected, misunderstood, isolated, even when we're surrounded by people. We've felt the sting of loneliness, the weight of solitude. But here's the thing, it's okay to feel lonely. It's okay to yearn for deeper connections. It's okay to feel like you're on an island sometimes, because it's these feelings that make us human, that remind us of our innate need for connection, for understanding, for belonging. John's story is not unique. Many of us at some point in our lives have felt the same way. Loneliness can have a profound impact on our mental health, a statement that holds significant weight and truth. Often, we overlook the effects of loneliness, attributing the feeling to a passing phase or a momentary mood. However, this seemingly harmless state can lead to a cascade of mental health issues. Consider the story of John. John was a jovial, outgoing individual, always the life of the party. But beneath that lively exterior, he was grappling with a deep sense of loneliness. Over time, this loneliness began to weigh heavily on him, leading him to retreat into his shell and disconnect from the world around him. Numerous scientific studies have shown that loneliness can act as a catalyst for depression. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology found that individuals who reported feeling lonely were significantly more likely to also experience depressive symptoms, and that's exactly what happened to John. His persistent loneliness led him down a path of depression, making it increasingly difficult for him to engage with the world around him. But depression isn't the only mental health issue linked to loneliness. Anxiety, too, has been found to have a strong connection with feelings of loneliness. A study in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology showed that those who felt lonely experienced higher levels of anxiety, even when other factors were controlled for. And again, this rings true in John's case. His loneliness not only led to depression, but it also triggered anxiety, further exacerbating his mental health struggles. What's more, loneliness can also lead to other mental health problems, like increased stress, lowered self-esteem, and even suicidal thoughts. Each of these issues compounds the others, creating a vicious cycle that becomes increasingly difficult to break. But it's not all doom and gloom. Recognizing the impact of loneliness on mental health is a crucial first step towards addressing these issues. By understanding the link between loneliness and mental health, we can begin to develop strategies to combat these feelings and promote better mental well-being. Understanding the link between loneliness and mental health is the first step towards dealing with it. Even the Bible acknowledges the pain of loneliness. It's a universal experience, one that transcends time, culture, and even religion. But it also provides comfort, guidance, and reassurance to those who feel alone. One such passage is found in Psalm 25, verses 16 and 17. "Turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. Bring me out of my distresses." This plea to God is not just a cry of despair, but also a testament to the power of faith. It acknowledges the pain of loneliness, but also carries a sense of hope. The psalmist is not just asking for relief from loneliness, but also expressing trust that this relief will come. This passage can serve as a gentle reminder that it's okay to acknowledge our loneliness and to seek help when we need it. Another passage that addresses loneliness is Isaiah 41:10. "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This verse is a message of reassurance. It reminds us that we are not alone, even when we feel like we are. It's a promise that God is always there, ready to provide strength and support. It's a comforting message to those dealing with loneliness, a reminder that you are not alone in your struggles. These passages and many others show that the Bible does not shy away from the topic of loneliness. It acknowledges the pain, but also offers comfort and guidance. It reminds us that we are never truly alone, that there is always someone there to provide support and strength. It's a message that can bring comfort to those feeling alone, and a reminder to reach out to those around us who may be feeling the same way. The Bible reminds us that we are never truly alone. Remember, the darkest night is often just before the dawn. Stay strong, hold on to hope, and know that you are not alone. So, how can we maintain our mental sanity when we feel lonely? It might seem like a mountainous task, but it's absolutely doable. Let's break it down. Firstly, don't hesitate to seek professional help. There's a prevailing stigma around mental health, but we must remember that just like our physical health, our mental health is equally important. Therapists, counselors, and psychologists are trained to help us navigate through our feelings of loneliness and despair. They provide tools and techniques to help us cope, and sometimes just the act of talking about our feelings to a neutral party can be immensely therapeutic. Secondly, reach out to your loved ones. It can be friends, family, or even a trusted mentor. Often we bottle up our feelings thinking we might burden others, but the truth is, the people who care about us would want to know what we're going through. They can provide support, comfort, and a fresh perspective that we might not see when we're feeling low. Now let's talk about mindfulness. It's a practice that helps us stay present and focused, and it's a powerful tool to combat loneliness. It could be as simple as focusing on your breath, savoring your meals, or even noticing the texture of the clothes you're wearing. When we're mindful, we're less likely to get caught up in negative thoughts and more likely to appreciate the small joys of life. Lastly, find comfort in your faith. Many find solace in the words of the Bible. Verses like Psalms 34, verse 18, which says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit," can be a source of immense comfort. Your faith can be a beacon of hope in times of loneliness, reminding you that you're never truly alone. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. You're not alone in this journey. In conclusion, loneliness is a universal human experience that can have a significant impact on our mental health. We've journeyed through the story of loneliness, understanding its profound effect on our mental well-being. We've seen that everyone at some point feels the sting of isolation, even when surrounded by others. We've delved into the wisdom of the Bible, exploring passages that offer comfort and guidance during times of solitude. We learned that even in our loneliest moments, we are never truly alone. There's always a beacon of hope and a source of strength within us and around us. We've also discussed practical strategies for maintaining our mental sanity when loneliness looms. Remember, it's important to acknowledge these feelings without judgment, engage in self-care routines, reach out to others, and seek professional help if needed. The journey through loneliness isn't an easy one, but it's a journey we all share. It's a part of our human experience, and in its own way, it shapes us, strengthens us, and teaches us about our resilience and capacity for growth. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and share it with others who might benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Remember, you are not alone.